What's up, mi gente? Welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to do a video on EDC belts and what to choose. So many options out there, but I just wanted to go through them. One, because I have gone through a bunch throughout my time using EDC belts, mainly to carry, but EDC belt can mean many things. It's also to hold your pants up, but you could carry a knife EDC. It doesn't have to be just for a gun setup, but it's going to be geared towards that because that's really, why I choose a belt. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, like I said, there's a lot of belts out there. So really when you're choosing the EDC belt, see what it's going to be suits for you. Like I said, if it's going to be for carrying, then you need a sturdy belt, something that's not flimsy, because you need, your inside the waistband holster to clip in on it, and the more rigid it is, the better engagement you get with unholster and holstering, and the more secure your holster system is. Or if you're carrying a knife, if you're doing like a fixed knife with a sheath, things of that nature, you want a sturdy belt. So we're going to go into some options and show you guys what I've used throughout the year. And first I'm going to show you what I have on right now, which I carried today. And this is a First Spear belt, and this belt right here is it's over 10 years. I think I bought this in 14, so it's going on 11 years. This belt never changed. Black, they still make it by First Spear. I'll put the exact name of the belt in the video, but it's basically made out of like a scuba rubber material, and it's just, that's it. It's just a black belt, but most of the time I wear this even when I'm not carrying, because it just looks like a nice black belt with jeans like I have on right now. But it's super simple, just a buckle. It is on the rigid side, but not super rigid. I could still bend a little bit, but it is rigid enough to carry a holster. And this is one of the first belts I got, but it's the only belt that I never grew out of, because it still serves its purpose. So that's why I show it. It's in that $80–90 range. Not bad. And they make in colors now. When I got it, they only made, I think, black and brown, but I think they've added more colors. I'll put it in the video. But great belt if you want something minimal, you don't want something super rigid, and you want something that you can use all the time whether you're carrying or not. This First Spear belt is great. It's just a black basic rubber belt that's got good rigidity to it, and super simple. And like I said, this is 10 years old and nothing has ever happened besides the buckles beat up with scratches from using it. That's it. No rips, nothing. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this belt, but I have grown from the belts since then. So I am going to show you the next, because I want, when I was saying when you choose a belt, just make sure it's rigid. This is a Victos belt. I got it, and as soon as I got it, I was regretting it, because look how flimsy it is, right? That's what you don't want. This thing will just hold your pants up. I thought it was cool because it has a nice little Cobra buckle, easy to adjust. It was in black multicam, and Victos makes nice stuff, but this is going to be literally just an EDC belt to just have every day to hold your pants up. Could you clip some stuff to this belt like a knife? Yes, but not good for a carry system. So that's why I tell you, beware of when you're looking for an EDC belt, that it's rigid enough to hold it. So this is something that I got that I wouldn't use. That's why I wanted to show it in the video. Not a big fan of it for EDC, but still a nice belt. I'll wear it when I'm wearing shorts or stuff like that, or jeans, and I don't care, and I just want a belt. But not for the purposes of using a holster and carrying. All right. Next, going to the belts that are behind me here that I'm hanging, that is on the buck right here, are the Core Essential belts. And dude, I love these belts. I've got 4 of them actually. Super great. I'll show you guys here, and I've made videos on the Core belt, and what I like about them is, one, super rigid as you get. There is no give in these belts, so great for carrying, and they're super easy to adjust. They have the ratcheting buckle system, so when you get these belts, you cut it basically to your pant size, and then they give you instructions if you're going to carry concealed inside the waistband. You plus size it a little bit to have that room, but what's great about it is that it just ratchets close and you can let it in, which is great because as you go through the day, you could set some relief out. Like if you're sitting and you want, you know, you don't want it to be so tight, but you also want it to be tight, you give it a few clicks. It's great. Why do I have 3 of them? Well, because I like them and I get them kind of in different styles. That's the cool thing. So this is just a black nylon belt. You could wear it all the time. It's got, you know, they have different buckles. Like this one has like a honeycomb effect buckle. And then same thing with this one. There's another one. It's just black multicam. A little different buckle on that. Same ratcheting system. Once I got these core belts, this is what I started wearing on the daily. So I really use these most of the time. That one is nice, same as the one I just showed you, but it's just black multicam. They're super rigid. They're great for EDC, holsters, anything you want. And like I said, super easy to adjust. And what's cool is also they make it in a leather style belt. So like if I'm doing a PSD detail and sometimes we have to dress up, I use this guy. It's so great, super easy to adjust with that ratcheting system. And it's a nice leather belt. You wouldn't even know. It looks like a fancy belt. So that's why I have a few of these cores. I love them. Cool. You could get this little hanger from them, which you just put ratchets in, and you could put all your belts there, like I just had them to hang up. So great for if you're a guy who works in law enforcement. These are great belts if you do any type of PSD details. These are great if you need to dress up on a PSD. These are great because, like I said, it looks like a fancy leather belt. So the core essentials, I think, since they've come out, they've really changed the EDC belt game. I've been using those for like maybe 2 years now, and love them. Like when I got that belt, I was like, that is the last belt that I'll ever get. I started, I bought a few, and they are great. I use them all the time until I found the next belt that I'm going to show you guys, and that is the Hunter Constantine belt. And this guy, I did a video on this. They're super great belt, especially because see that stretch, and their rigidity comes here in the front. So there's also, this isn't super rigid. It's basically a steel like thin shank that he put in here with scuba webbing, and he put all elastic, right? And he, being Hunter Constantine, which is like a professional shooter, he created this belt. And then you just hook it in right on the loop. It's a tri-glide system for adjustment. So the loop system is just what holds it on, really, your pants. And if you want a little tighter, it gives you two slashes there to hook on to just tighten it. And as you turn it, right, so this would be on the front side. This is for your carry system here for your holster, right? So we'll just clip into the part right there. That's the rigid part. It is super rigid. And then the back of the belt has that elastic, which just flexes with you all day. It's so comfortable because as you're sitting, you're bending down, the belt expands, which is a little bit more comfortable than the core because the core are just so rigid. Those belts aren't moving. They're great. They serve the purpose. Like I said, I still use them all the time. But this guy, if I'm carrying all day and I'm out with the family, I use the Hunter Constantine belt. I think it's like the best EDC belt to just carry. Like this is just a carry. One half of the belt is just elastic, right? So you can't really do much with it. It's basically just for your carry system. So this kind of belt is just for the guy who wants to carry, inside the waistband and needs a really good belt. That's why I think this is the best carry belt. Makes it in colors, and I'm showing you this black one. So the reason I have this black one is, one, I wanted a gray and black, but this is by Hunter Constantine, but this is Tier 1 Concealed's collab. The reason I got that is, if you see, they just added a third hook loop to it. So it just gave me a little more adjustment. Not that you can't adjust the one without it, because you would just adjust it to the tri-glide, but this, sometimes I want a much tighter fit. For whatever, just because my pants might be a little looser or whatever, and that gives me that third slash to put the hook on. So that's the only difference. If you get the belt directly from Hunter Constantine, it's going to have 2 hooks. If you get it from Tier 1 Concealed, it's going to have 3. You know, so if you want some more adjustability, get it from Tier 1 Concealed, but it's still the same belt developed by Hunter Constantine. Just an aluminum buckle that hooks on, super simple, but it has that super rigid front. And like I said, that expanding, you know, back part or half of the belt just expands with you all day. Super comfortable. This is what I carry most of the time if I'm just carrying. But if I'm wearing a belt, like you said, like you saw me today, I was wearing my Spear or my Core when I want a rigid belt. So the way I usually do is like kind of on the day-to-day, if I may carry or I'm not, I use my Spear. When I'm 100% carrying all day concealed, I use my Hunter Constantine. And most of the time, if I'm going to be doing any, like, you know, going to work or maybe doing going to the range, doing a class, whatever, I wear the Core because I'll maybe need to put some more stuff in my belt. I need a rigid belt, and it's something that, you know, I'm not wearing all day. If I'm going to be carrying all day, that's why I choose the Hunter Constantine belt, because it's just super comfortable. But I wanted to show you guys those belts so you have some options of different, right, EDC. You saw the Spear if you're just looking for a nice rigid belt that you could carry with, or you just want a rigid belt to have. If it's really about carrying for you, you have the Hunter Constantine if you're carrying all day and want to be super comfortable, or you have the Core Essentials here if you want options. Like I said, if you're law enforcement and you're doing some security details, some side work, great. If you need to dress up, you know, whether you're working at a bank or a jewelry store, you know, for all the guys that are law enforcement, you know, and they want you to dress up, you can wear the Core Essentials leather belt, super nice. Wear dressed up, or the nylon versions. So that's it, guys. Just wanted to talk to you about the belts that are out there that you should choose. Mind you, there are other belts out there. This is just what I've found throughout the probably the last over 10 years that I've been, you know, carrying concealed. Been carrying concealed longer than that, but you know that belts have kind of been changing and more options out there. Back in the day, there wasn't much options. You know what I mean? Everything was kind of different. But that's pretty much it. Check out the first Spear, and I'll put it in the video of the model of the belt. The Hunter Constantine is just a Hunter Constantine belt, or Hunter Constantine from Tier 1, and the Core Essentials belts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments. Let me know what belt you choose and what you think is the best carry option for you. And continue to like and subscribe. It helps me out. I appreciate all the support, guys. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.